Okay, everything set up. You know what I'm saying? Contender regime boxing. Checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? You feel me? You know we gotta make sure everything's set up. Another episode of Merlot Fridays going on. You feel me? Yes, sir. And we Merlot up in this bitch. Oh yeah, y'all see the title, man. Hit that like button as you slide through. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Got a great show lined up for tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Great talk. Great boxing talk, man. You know, we got the new Showtime schedule just dropped. Kinda Loco Sports in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening, man? Appreciate you for coming through. Rylan Gibson in the building. Salute. What's going on? Said I like your offensive and defensive fighter list. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. I wanted to see everybody else post their list. There's a lot of people critiquing my list. I'm like, man, look, post y'all list. You know what I'm saying? I want to see y'all list too. Salute to the brother Money Brown TV in the building, man. What's happening? Y'all go subscribe to Money Brown TV and Kinda Loco Sports, man. You know what I'm saying? Them boys doing their thing on that boxing talk. Dirty Hard Hit South in the building. Hold on. Dirty Hard Hitting South in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? I couldn't even read that shit. Started moving like a motherfucker. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for coming through. Marcus O in the building. What's happening? He said, man, I commented on your list on IG, not realizing it was Welterweight. Oh, hey, and that wasn't my list. That was Ring Magazine. You talking about the top 10 Welterweight? That wasn't my list. That was Ring Magazine shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I kind of, I agree with you, though, a little bit, because I felt like Daddy probably could have been a spot or two down on that list. I probably would have put Danny at 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? It was either the Russian guy or Danny that was going to be 10. You feel me? Tony Cashman in the building. Salute to you. Oh, yeah, we Merlot up, so you know we on that shit. You feel me? Great talk tonight, man. We're going to have a good time. Talk this boxing. You feel me? I don't know if y'all seen Boots and Errol Spence got on the FaceTime. I don't know if y'all peeped that. That was dope to see, you know. That was dope to see. I love how the guys on top, you know, specifically Errol Spence, acknowledging the youngster, man. Killers respect killers. Mike Rhyme in the building. Salute to you. What's happening? Said everybody but Earl, because Earl is great. No, man, he gonna make Errol Spence better too. He making Errol Spence better too. We gonna talk about it. I'm gonna explain what I mean. I know some people looking at the title like, damn, what do you mean, contender regime? Look, I'm gonna explain what I mean. He gonna make Errol Spence better too. He gonna make Errol Spence better too. Yeah, Money Brown said, yes, sir, call that boy a little pup. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, big dog ain't worried about what the little pup talking about, man. He say, your time coming, boy. On God, he say, your time coming, boy. I like that talk, though. I like that. You ain't seen no other, like, you feel me, like, established fighter on the top. You ain't seen nobody else, like, acknowledge Boots like that. You feel me, like, straight up, face to face. Euro Thomas in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? Appreciate you for coming through. Say what's poppin', G. Tequila and pineapple. Already, I'm on that Merlot tonight. But that's a good mix. Tequila and pineapple. I love that. That's a beautiful mixture. No Excuses Podcast in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? Y'all go subscribe to No Excuses Podcast, man. Two of the best guys talking that boxing on YouTube. They got it going on Facebook, all that. But go subscribe to No Excuses, man. They got their shit going. Y'all boys need to keep dropping videos, man. Keep breaking down those fights like y'all do. Phenomenal shit, man. I appreciate y'all. Salute to the brother Kinda Loco Sports in the super chat. Coming through, showing out and showing love. I appreciate it, dog. Thank you so much. Galvatron in the building. What's happening? Watch how Spence make a big statement with this Ugas fight. I believe so. I'm telling y'all, bro. Jaron Ennis makes everybody at 147 better. Virgil Ortiz too, but Jaron Ennis, he different. And his energy, his everything that he brings in his arsenal, his overall ability as a fighter, the potential and the promise and the praise and everything that comes with Jaron Boost Ennis, that's gonna make everybody at 147 better. It's gonna make everybody better. It's gonna, cause they understand, bro. Like, look who they got coming up behind them. That's gonna make everybody better. I don't know if y'all saw the Sean Porter. Sean Porter did a segment on Jaron Ennis' performance versus Sergey Lipinets. He kind of alluded to it as well. We're going to deep dive into it, though, man. I'm going to let a couple more people get in here. Salute to you, Christopher Russell. Appreciate you for coming through, my brother. What's happening? What's happening? Walter Lee in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all for pulling up. But yeah, man, I'm waiting on Fox to drop they little schedule. You know it's coming quick. They did the same thing right around, what was that? That was like July of last year. Like right after everybody started making fights again. Showtime dropped their schedule first. And then Fox came out with theirs as well. So you know Fox shit right around the corner, you feel me? So it's finna be up. Salute to the brother Jay Cooley in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate you, my brother. He say, Boots nice, but it's still man down. Big Fish, Free Smoke Jr., Unified Champ, Big EJ, Mr. Mr. 6040. Boots hype train derail. Okay. Hey, I can always count on my boy Jay Cooley to come through and represent. My boy Jay Cooley always come through and represent. Hey, 100, man. Big facts. Yeah, he big stepping. Yes, sir. Salute to the Queen, Nick J in the building. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Always showing up and showing love. Thank you. Say his youth and hunger alone will make them sharpen their shit up because they was once in that position, so they know the vibes. Big facts. Money Brown TV. Big facts. 7-0 Joe in the building. Salute to you for coming through, my brother. What's happening? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's finna be up tonight, man. We're gonna have a good time talking this boxing tonight. Say, notice the new Boost fans are old Crawford fans. Damn, I don't think that, bruh. I feel like it's a lot of Crawford fans they threatened by Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? And it's some Spence fans that feel threatened by Jaron Ennis too. So I think Jaron Ennis got his own fan base. You know, of course, I'm an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fan, but I fuck with Boost heavy. So you're going to have a mixture of both. You know what I'm saying? But I've been seeing some motherfuckers, Errol Spence fans feel threatened by Jaron Ennis, and Terrence Crawford fans feel threatened by Jaron Ennis. So, hey, it's the same shit. I see it. I be peeping what's going on, man. I see motherfuckers' energy changing and shit, but I want to see all these brothers go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see all of them go crazy. I want to see Earl do his thing, Boots, Spence, Boots and Crawford. But at the same time, these dudes gonna have to fight. At the end of the day, I don't know if Crawford will get an opportunity. I don't know if Jaron Ennis will get an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford. But I definitely believe that Errol Spence and Boost Ennis, at some point, they gonna see each other. At some point, they gonna have to see each other. Spence and Ennis, they gonna have to see each other. You know, because he said Crawford definitely ain't with it. Yeah, you know, Crawford, 33. He'll be 34 at the end of this year. Plus, it's probably gonna take Ennis, I would say, minimum 2 years before he can get either one of those guys. So KP from KC5 in the building, salute. I think it's gonna take Ennis minimum 2 years. He might get one of those guys earlier than that, depending on how quick Earl and Bud can do the Undisputed thing, right? But I think minimum 2 years, you know, it'll be before he get in the ring with either one of those guys. And by that time, Terrence Crawford gonna be what, 36? And then, you know, Errol Spence gonna be 33, still in his prime, probably moved up to 154 by that time. So I believe the Errol Spence and Bruce Ennis fight could happen either as his last fight at 147 or his first couple of fights at 154. I believe they gonna see each other. Plus, Boots does business with PBC, so I don't think it's gonna be a difficulty. It's gonna be difficult lining that fight up on the business side. Both guys, they got that killer mentality where they like, all right, shit, I'll fight anybody. So I really don't see too many roadblocks in between the Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis fight. So I definitely see that happening. Just based off of the timing with age and proximity. They both do business with the same people. So I think that fight will happen. I'm not saying Boots not ready right now. I'm telling you that he's not going to get the fight right now. That's what I'm saying. We can say he ready right now all day, but he not going to get neither one of those fights right now. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence trying to be undisputed. And Terrence Crawford, I don't think Terrence Crawford going to fight him right now. So it don't got nothing to do with him being ready. He just not going to get the fight right now. We all know that. Well, you should know that by now. Sky, who is that? Sky Limit KT in the building. Salute. Ennis and Thurman will be a good fight. Hell yeah, I agree. That's a great fight. Tone Brown in the building. Salute. Damon Bussy in the building. Salute. What's happening? Hey, Euro Thomas say, Euro Thomas, man, he one of the most hardcore Terrence Crawford fans ever. He say, no, Crawford fans are boxing fans. Real recognize real. Okay, not all of y'all, bruh. Not all of y'all. Not all of us, because shit, I'm a Terrence Crawford fan too. But you, hey, nah, you way more hardcore than me. You know what I'm saying? Captain in the building, salute. Yeah, I think Boost and EJ happened at 54. Derek Lincoln in the building, salute to you, my brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I think Boost and EJ happens at 154. You know, but you know, now we got a few people in here, man. I want to talk about what Money Brown TV just said, man. You know, with everything that Jaron Ennis brings to the table, he's instantly making guys better. I saw a segment on Sean Porter. Shout out to Sean Porter and the Porterweight podcast. And they was dissecting Boost Ennis' performance versus Lipinets. And, you know, they was asking him about a possibility, like how would he look versus a guy on Sean Porter level, a veteran, you know, a top elite level welterweight. And Sean Porter was basically saying, look, Valentine in the building, salute to you, my brother. Sean Porter was basically saying, like, I don't see myself personally fighting Boost Ennis, but he made me want to get up and go run this morning. Sean Porter said watching Boost Ennis perform made him want to get up and go run. The competitor in Sean Porter, that shit made him get up and go run just off of the strength of what Jaron Ennis did. That energy, that's why I always talk about that youth, that vibrant energy, that dog, that killer. Killers respect killers, dog. And when these fighters, especially somebody like Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, you know, Keith Thurman, I think the emergence of Jaron Boost Ennis might create a reemergence of Keith Thurman. I think this gonna make everybody at the welterweight division better because they see it's a young killer on the rise and he taking everybody's shit. Anybody that won't smoke, he gonna give it to him. Just like when Errol Spence was coming up, it made everybody sharpen their game up. It made everybody get on their P's and Q's. And they ain't got no choice with Jaron Ennis because his style is so fan-friendly. He got the showmanship. He got all of the tools, all of the skills, all the ability. He got everything. The fans are demanding him to fight the top guys right now at the age of 23. He just turned 23 this year. These guys looking at Jaron Ennis, and again, especially Errol Spence, because Errol Spence really just like entering his prime. like 31, 32, 33, these are going to be the best years of Errol Spence Jr.'s career. This is when he's going to be his most complete as a fighter. So you don't think Errol Spence looking, like I said, y'all seen the FaceTime with Gilly and them. You know, like he said, your time coming. Y'all don't think Errol Spence thinking in his mind like, yeah, nah, you know, I know that's a young cat right there. And I know he probably not on my level right now. But I know deep in his mind, he think he can fuck with me. Now I got to make a statement. I got to show him that it's levels to this shit. I got to show him that it's a reason why I'm in this position. I got to show him why it's a reason I'm the unified champion. Why I'm making the big money. Man, that shit finna make Errol Spence get on his motherfucking game. And if he don't, he a fool. And I don't believe Errol Spence cut like that. I believe Errol Spence, he got that kill in him. Like, he looking at Jaron Ennis like, bruh, okay, I see how you rocking. I was there before. Yeah, I'm finna get on my shit. I'm finna get on my shit. And the same thing with Terrence Crawford. Whether Terrence Crawford fight Jaron Ennis or not, that shit, just watching Jaron Ennis fight, that's gonna make Terrence Crawford better. That's making him better as a fighter. These guys understand that, bruh, your spot can get took quick. Alamane Cruz in the building, salute to you. What's happening? Your spot could get took quick if you ain't on your shit. You slip up one time, your spot could get took quick. 704 Joe say, Porter, I ain't fucking with that nigga. Big facts. Big facts. Hold on, did I miss somebody? Oh no, I got my boy. But yeah, now that's big facts. Now Sean Porter said, man, look, I don't want no smoke with you, youngster. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you ain't got nothing for me, bro. I don't want no smoke. I can't get no stripes off you. And I ain't finna let you come out there and do me dirty. That's basically what he said in a nutshell. Like, look, man, hey, I ain't gonna get no bread for fighting you. And I ain't finna let you go out there and just do me dirty and get your stripes up off me. That's basically what Sean Porter said. And you know what, shit, I can't blame him. Because Sean Porter is the last person that I'll be trying to, like, force to fight Jaron Ennis. I'm like, bro, he fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sean done fought everybody. I'm like, bro, hey, do your thing. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, Sean. Fight Terrence Crawford, though, because you the mandatory. At least do that. That's the only thing. At least do that. But I ain't finna be trying to push Sean Porter to fight no youngster, because he done already fought everybody, bro. He done already fought everybody. Let me see. He said, remember it, fam, right here on Contender. Ortiz not ready. Facts. Nah, facts. I don't think Virgil Ortiz is on the level of Jaron Ennis. Not saying that he can't get there. Not saying that he can't continue to grow and mature as a fighter and just get better, because he can. And I think Virgil Ortiz has a lot of upside. He's a phenomenal fighter, man, like just off of his raw ability. Of course, he still got to get the experience, you know, still some crafty moves that he gonna learn as he continues to grow. But just looking at if you just take Jaron Ennis and you take Virgil Ortiz and just look at them as raw fighters, everything that they bring to the table at face value, and you can clearly see the difference. You can clearly see the difference. But like I said, that don't mean Virgil Ortiz can't go crazy. Like, he can, and I think he will. I think Virgil Ortiz is going to beat a lot of really good fighters, and he going to turn out to be a solid guy, for real. Said, GRC TV, salute. He said, you think Thurman and Ennis? Are you asking, do I think they'll fight? I don't know. I don't think Thurman will take that fight, to be honest with you. He might. I don't know. I really can't see Thurman taking that fight unless they offered him an ass load of money. And I just don't see it. Salute to the brother Valentine in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate it, man. He say, let's go, man down. Spence versus Boots at 154 for all the smoke. They won't need belts for show. Boots motivating EJ. That's big facts, bro. That's big old facts. He definitely motivating Errol Spence. You know, and I know the type of guy that Errol Spence is when it comes to this boxing shit. Like, bruh, that type of, I really believe that this is what Errol Spence needed. This is what Terrence Crawford needed. This is what Keith Thurman needed. They needed somebody like Jaron Ennis to come through and put that fire up under their ass. Let them know, like, bro, all that little bullshit that y'all been doing, all that, waiting around and, trying to be all strategic and shit, all that extra shit y'all been doing, bro, y'all gonna have to either shit or get off the pot. Make a move right now because Jaron Boost Ennis is coming. And if you don't step your game up, you gonna get your spot took. That's basically what Ennis is saying. That's what his presence, as an example, that's how he's putting the welterweight division on notice. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no choice but to step their game up. Because if they don't, they spot gonna get took. And these fans, see, they like that energy. They like that energy when it's a young guy coming in that's trying to fight everybody and showing you all of the promise, giving you fan-friendly performances. They love that shit, man. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, my brother. He said Bud ain't fighting nobody no matter what he see. Damn. Man, say I've been watching my boy Bud on Instagram. Hey man, I don't know. He posted more pictures lately. Every other minute he posting, yeah, I'm in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford on Instagram posting a picture every moment. He like, yeah, ever since that fight, ever since Jaron Ennis fought, he done post a picture every day. Yeah, I'm running today. I'm in the gym. They say Terrence Crawford trying to let y'all know, shit, I see you. What's up? I hope they make the Sean Porter fight at least, though, bro. At least. I hope they find a way to get that fight done. But like I said, I'm not putting that on Crawford. I'm putting that shit on Sean Porter. He need to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother Proud Father in the building. What's happening? What's going on? Yeah, man, smash that like button, man. Like my boy 704 Joe say, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Let me see what y'all talking about. He said Thurman wants a title fight only. Man, Thurman gonna have to lay some groundwork. He gonna have to lay some groundwork. Thurman gotta show us that he back on that one time shit. He gotta show us that he back on that level to where he wanna be competitive. Because he been sitting out too long. Every once in a while he'll pop up and start talking some shit. But I wanna see Keith Thurman put on a great performance versus a respectable guy. Let me know that you still here, Keith Thurman, before you talking about you want a title shot again. Salute to the brother Tanner Bar in the building. What's happening? Said Ennis got these other welterweights looking like they was acting in 97 for Paul Williams. Oh, in 07. Yeah. Now, for real, though. But that's what it do. That's what it do. It make these guys step they shit up. You know, when Errol Spence came in the game, when Errol Spence really started kicking up dust, none of these guys wanted to fight Earl, but what you seen happen? You seen Keith Thurman fight Sean Porter. You seen Keith Thurman unify with Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? You seen Sean Porter, Danny Garcia fought. You seen a lot of fights. It was a lot of moving parts happening at that time. Because they seen Errol Spence coming up. So they like, man, look, let me try to go ahead and make my bread right now. Let me make these big fights right now. I'm hoping that what Jaron Ennis is doing right now, I'm just hoping that this put the fire up under these guys and make them start getting this shit rolling. Like, bro, y'all ain't got time to just wait around. Y'all ain't got time to just be bullshitting because you got a killer that's coming up behind you. And then not only that, I just feel like when you see a guy that's as skilled and as talented as Jaron Boost Ennis is shown right now, I just think deep down for each individual as fighters, it just make you want to be better, bro. It just make you want to get better. It make you want to stay a couple of extra hours in the gym. You know, it make you want to work on your shit, just sharpen up your game. At the very least, that's what I'm hoping that this does, and that's what I believe it'll do. Dante Howell in the building, salute. What's going on? Ray and everything. What's happening? He said Thurman said he'll take a title eliminator. Yeah, that's what I want to see. If I'm Boots Ennis, man, I'll just keep on working my way up in one of these sanctioning bodies. You know, pick the sanctioning body that got the most credible guys in their rankings and start working your way up in there. And put yourself in a position to get a title eliminator versus somebody of the caliber of Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Swift 46 in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? You know, put yourself in position. You know, that's why I was saying earlier, focus on one sanctioning body, because you ain't nobody just gonna be throwing themselves at Jaron Ennis to get no fight. I mean, that's obvious, bro. Based off of the history of how this shit normally go, wasn't nobody throwing themselves at Errol Spence to get no fight. He had to be steadfast and work his way up all the way as the mandatory for the IBF to get that Kell Brook fight. And even then, when he got in the mandatory position, or when he got to the point to where he was gonna get a title eliminator versus I forget that dude's name. At first, I had said on the video Mean Machine because the name sounds similar, but it was another Russian cat. He was somewhere from overseas. He was supposed to fight Errol Spence for the title eliminator, but he dropped out of the fight. He didn't want no smoke. So Errol Spence ended up having a fight. Now, it wasn't Chris, it was Ponomarev. Yeah, Ponomarev. It wasn't Chris Van Heerden. It was Ponomarev. He was undefeated. He was supposed to fight Errol Spence. I still don't know where the hell Ponomarev is. He probably retired and shit. He seen Errol Spence on the schedule. He like, shit, I'm done with boxing. Fuck it. I ain't never heard from him since. So he dropped up out of the fight and then then Errol Spence ended up fighting Leonard Bondu, which was still a credible guy. But, you know, that just goes to show that even if you get in the position of a title eliminator or a mandatory, dude's still ducking. Dude still don't want no smoke. But that's your best bet. If you Jaron Boots Ennis, your best bet is to work your way up in one sanctioning body and force these motherfuckers to fight you. Period. And then once you get a title, then that's going to give you a little bit more leeway. You know what I'm saying? You get that little shiny trinket up on you. That don't salute the 9 Mastermind 3 in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. That don't guarantee you no big fight. But it's going to give guys more of an incentive to fuck with you. Stephen McCurdy said, what you mean he makes everyone better? Yeah, man, he gonna make everybody sharpen their game up. He gonna make everybody get more focused and buckle down and quit with all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then guys that's already on they shit, that's killing shit, like Errol Spence, looking at his last 5 fights, ain't nobody in the welterweight division has fought better competition in their last 5 fights than Errol Spence Jr. Guys like that, he gonna raise Errol Spence to even another level. You know what I'm saying? He gonna raise Errol Spence to even another level. Because shit, like I said, Errol Spence, he just turned 31 years old. He stepping into his prime, like 31, 32, 33. These are gonna be the best years of Errol Spence Jr.'s career. This is when he's gonna be his most athletic, his most complete, his most mentally on point. You feel me? His strongest. Like, these are gonna be the best years. These next 2 to 3 years, possibly 4, gonna be the best years of Errol Spence Jr.'s career. And this is exactly what he needed at this particular time, going into a unification match with Yordenis Ugas. I don't know about y'all, but I'm expecting Errol Spence to put on a hell of a performance versus Yordenis Ugas. I'm expecting a hell of a performance. I'm expecting a hell of a performance. I'm not going to say, well, oh, he got to get a stoppage. I would like to see a stoppage, though. And if he don't get a stoppage, I want to see some Floyd Mayweather and Arturo Gotti shit for 12 rounds. You feel me? Because it's there. Ugas is going to be there. Ugas, you know, he ain't got the best defense. He ain't, you know, he's a good fundamental fighter, come from the Cuban school of boxing. You know, they real good on the fundamentals. They do everything right. He goes to the body. But I want to see Errol Spence put Ugas on his ass. That's what I want to see. That's what I expect to see in that fight. And with Ennis doing what he's doing right now, I think that just add an extra boost to Errol Spence Jr. Because he know, like, I've shown Errol Spence in the last 5 fights have shown you 5 different styles. In the last 5 fights, he showed you 5 different styles. You can't tell me another fighter that done did that. In the sport of boxing today, ain't nobody did that. Shows you 5 different styles in the last 5 fights. Nobody's done that. So at this point, it's like, we know you a complete fighter, Errol Spence. We know you can do everything you need to do to secure the victory. We know we know you can make adjustments. We know you can do everything that you need to do in the ring to get a victory. We need to see you go out there and just put the motherfucking beats on Jaron Ugas. That's what I want to see. And I want to see Ugas show some resistance. I don't want it to be easy. I want to see Jaron Ugas, and I know he gonna come out there and he gonna fight his ass off because this is a opportunity of a lifetime. Jaron Ugas ain't gonna never get this opportunity again. He ain't gonna never be able to fight for 3 belts again. And what is the ring championship gonna be on the line in this fight? Ain't the winner of this fight gonna be the ring champion? Jaron Ugas ain't gonna never get an opportunity to do that shit again. He ain't gonna never get a chance to make this much money again. So I'm expecting Ugas to show some resistance. Corey McGee in the building, salute. What's happening? So everything is lining up perfectly in the welterweight division. And I believe the key to that is, number one, the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. That's priority number 1. But the number 2 is the emergence of Jaron Ennis, along with guys like Virgil Ortiz and Conor Benn, and even the Stanionis dude, who I'm not too high on Stanionis. He's more of a yes sir, Money Brown TV. It is that's gonna be for the ring. Whoever win that fight, they gonna get the ring championship. But Stanionis, I'm not really too high on him. You know what I'm saying? He can punch, got good power. I watched the Delorme fight, but but guys like that's coming up doing their thing, man, say this is what the division needed, because it's gonna put a fire up under these guys that's already established and make these guys start really tighten their shit up. Say, did you salute to Marky in the building? What's happening? He said, did you see the Ennis and Spence on FaceTime? Yes, sir. We talked about that earlier. And that was beautiful to see, bro. That was beautiful to see. I love the fact that Errol Spence acknowledging, the young prospect. Now, he ain't even no prospect no more, but just acknowledging Jaron Ennis. Letting them know, like, bro, shit, your time coming. You feel me? Like, shit, you can get this work too. And Jaron Ennis, shit, he right there. He like, that's what he's supposed to say. You feel me? But like he said, you still ain't even seen my whole arsenal. You ain't seen everything I bring to the table. I just like the energy from those guys, because I know how Errol Spence could. I know what type of energy he gonna bring. I know he got that killer mentality. And I truly believe that Jaron Ennis has that same type of energy. I believe it, bro. I believe it. So when it does come time for those guys to cross paths, which I believe minimum 2 years, could be a little bit early, maybe like somewhere in 2022, I can possibly see that fight happening. If Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford can do the Undisputed before 2021 is up, I can definitely see a possible match between Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis next year, depending on who Ennis gets in the ring first. Because in order for that fight to happen, Ennis is going to have to get a couple of guys up under his belt that make everybody just go crazy and say, like, Earl, before you go up to 154, you got to see this man. I think it's going to happen at 54. But I could see there is an off chance that Errol Spence, if he can get undisputed this year, now, provided that he beats Terrence Crawford, if he can get undisputed before the end of 2021, there is a chance that he can have another fight, possibly for the whole undisputed thing, the whole undisputed, all the belts on the line, versus Jaron Ennis before he go up to 154. Because think about it like this. Let's say Errol Spence, he become undisputed, he move up to 54. How long will Jaron Ennis stay at 47? Keep in mind, he's only 23. Always in shape. I haven't seen Jaron Ennis have any weight issues. How long will he stay at 147? Will it be a situation where Earl goes up to 154? Maybe Jermell Charlo is gone. Errol Spence is able to get one of the belts. Then Jaron Ennis moves up and fights for a second division title at 154. Or maybe Errol Spence goes up, has like a warm-up fight in that division just to get acclimated to 154 and then just bring Boots Ennis up prematurely. I don't know. I definitely think minimum 2 years that this fight happens. Minimum 2 years. And it just depends on how fast Boots Ennis plans to move up to 154, because I think Ennis can fight at 147 for at least 3 or 4 years. He's only 23. Yeah, he's a big 47, but he's only 23 and he always in shape. I think he can do it. Said, I believe Spence will do that just to let the world know he run 47. That will leave a hell of a statement before leaving 147. Hey, man, if he did that, bro, that'll be some legendary shit, dog. You beat Terrence Crawford for undisputed, and then you turn around and fight a rising superstar in Jaron Boots Ennis. That'll be fucking insane, dog. That'll be insane. And if the demand is high enough and the money is there, like for real, because, bro, that's a pay-per-view fight, dog. And I'm talking about you got two fan-pleasing styles. Like, that's legendary, bro. That's legendary, dog. I could definitely see that being a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. So, like I said, it just depends on, how he said you retire after that, drop the mic. Hey, on me, if Earl do that, I wouldn't even be mad if he just retire and don't even go to fight at 54. If he did that, because it's like, bro, what else you need to see? What else is there for you to do? You undisputed at 47, then you beat Jaron Ennis, who is going to be a future superstar, future pound-for-pound fighter in the sport of boxing. Like, bro, what else is there for you to do? You know what I'm saying? So, but deep down, I do want to see how Errol Spence performs at 154. I just want to see how he look. I want to see if the size of the other guys in that division makes him make any type of adjustments, if he has to fight different, if he has to find different ways to win. Because boxing, to me, I look at boxing like a chess match. And I would love to see if Earl does run into, I think he's going to be better at 154, stronger, and just a more complete fighter at 154. But I would like to see if he does have to make adjustments. I want to see how he goes through that process, and just I want to see what Derrick James does as far as preparation for Errol Spence Jr. at 154. And I think that there's going to be some good fights for him up there, along with the Boots Ennis fight, But even outside of that, I think there's going to be some real good fights up there. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I think Virgil Ortiz would move up to 54 before Jaron Ennis do. I'm going to tell you that. I think Ortiz goes to 154 before Jaron Ennis. I think he have a little trouble making 47. You know what I'm saying? So if that does happen, we might, and keep in mind, Errol Spence and Virgil Ortiz, they both from Dallas, Fort Worth. That's a huge Texas fight. That fight might happen before the Ennis fight. That fight might happen before the Ennis fight. You know what I'm saying? I can see Ortiz going up to 154 before Ennis does. Said, man, I see someone in the comments believes in the triangle theory. Styles make fights. It don't matter how common opponents fared against them. Big facts. Talk to him, Kind of Loco Sports. You cannot use the triangle theory in boxing, which is why I never use that shit. Y'all never hear me talking about, well, if such and such did this, what you think he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Triangle theory does not work in the sport of boxing. Styles make fights. People think the whole styles make fight shit is cliche. I mean, it's a common thing that you hear, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's like saying humans need oxygen to breathe. Nigga, it's the truth. What you mean? You feel me? Styles make fights. It's certain things that you can use the triangle theory on, as far as like, you can say, well, you can kind of measure somebody's punch resistance off of triangle theory. Well, if this guy hurt this guy, you know, can he take a punch from this guy? That's true. You can use it in that sense. But you can't say, well, because fighter A beat fighter B, but fighter B beat fighter C, that don't mean that fighter C won't beat fighter A. You can't say that, because styles make fights. Each guy have their own individual attributes and size dimensions. You got to look at all that style, like mentality. You got to look at all that shit. You can't just say, oh, he beat this guy, so you can't do that in boxing. Salute to the brother D Lucky in the super chat, coming through, showing love and showing out. I appreciate it. My brother, he say, salute, just left the gym, had to stop by. Man, I appreciate it, dog. You always coming through, you know what I'm saying, and doing your thing, man. Always supporting the channel. I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, you can't use that triangle theory in boxing. But like you said, it's certain thing, you know, you can use it for like punch resistance. Cause sometimes I do that. You know, if I say, well, if this guy got a suspect chin and, you know, a guy that really don't have a high knockout ratio hurting, but then now he's about to fight somebody with a high knockout ratio, I'm inclined to think that the motherfucker with the high knockout ratio can hurt this motherfucker, because he got hurt by a nigga that can't hit that hard. So you can use it in that sense, but you can't really just measure who gonna win a fight like that. You did what I'm saying? Because you got to take everything into account. That's what make boxing such a beautiful sport. That's what make the sweet science so amazing. It's because you got to look at everything. You got to look at everything, bro. Like, everything matters in boxing, because it's one-on-one. You know, who gonna bring it for that night? What tools does this guy have to, you know, to be able to put up against what this guy brings to the table? You got to factor in all those things, man. That's what make this shit so lit. Said Oscar Valdez versus Burchell, prime example, big facts. That's a big fact. Salute to the brother Marky in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, my brother. I appreciate it. He say, what do you think about Jamal getting bashed, but David Benavidez fighting Caleb Plant leftovers? Man, you know what? Hey, good question. You know what it is, bro? It's number one, the Charlo's gonna always get hate, because you got Jermell Charlo doing everything right, about to be undisputed, and they still hate the guy. There's nothing he can do that's gonna make these motherfuckers like him, right? So that's one thing. But then on top of that, you know, Jamal Charlo, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give Jamal Charlo shit because he not making the Demetrius Andrade fight. So you got that. The middleweight division is stagnant. The middleweight division to me is the worst division in the sport of boxing. Not because ain't no talent there, it's because motherfuckers ain't fighting. That's the most trash division in the sport of boxing. Triple G don't want to fight Andrade or Charlo. Jamal don't want to fight Andre. Let's just be real. He don't want to fight him. For whatever reason, he don't want to fight the guy. And shit, it's like, bro, ain't nobody fighting in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but then David Benavidez, you know, he really ain't fighting no damn body like that. But, you know, he want to fight Jamal Charlo. I think, shit, if David Benavidez really want to fight, he need to come down to a catch weight. He need to come out and say openly, look, I'll meet you at 164. If you really want to fight, if you really want to make it Jamal Charlo worthwhile, if you want to make it worth his time, come down to a catch weight if you really want to fight. Or get a belt at 168 and then tell Jamal Charlo to come up. Because when Jamal Charlo originally called out David Benavidez, he had a belt. When Jamal originally mentioned David Benavidez's name, David Benavidez had a belt at 168. Now all of a sudden, and David Benavidez didn't say shit back to Jamal Charlo. Now all of a sudden you ain't got no belt no more. Oh, now you open for the fight. Man, get out of here with that bullshit. Either you gonna come down to a catch weight and you gonna make the fight happen because Jamal Charlo a champion. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo is a champion at 160. David Benavidez don't got no belt. So either you gonna come down and make the fight or shut your bitch ass up and fight these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Fight Utsagatsi, like you said, Caleb Plant leftovers and shit. Do what you gonna do. That's all I'm saying. You know, but like I said, no matter what, Jamal Charlo could knock out, he can knock out Triple G, knock out Andrade, he can go up and beat David Benavidez. They still gonna talk shit. So either way, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This dude, uh-oh, we got one. This dude said, bro, I hate when people do this. It don't matter. David, a two-time world champion. Yeah, it don't matter to you because you ain't the one getting your ass in the ring to fight. Nick J said, was the Merlot good? I mean, yeah, because I'm finna pour me some more. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna pour me some more. One for the road. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm rocking with that Robert Mondavi. You feel me? Real player shit. You know, something slight. Nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Holy Inferno. Yeah. Yeah, it don't matter to you because you ain't getting your ass in the ring. You talking about he need to do this and do that. You get your ass in there and fight a big ass motherfucker for no belt. And he ain't bringing no money to the table. Here you talking about. Why you ain't getting no Canelo? Because Canelo ain't fought him. Canelo fighting motherfucking Billy Joe Saunders. He fighting Yildirim and shit. You ain't never heard of no motherfucking Yildirim before Canelo fought him. And don't forget, Canelo requested Yildirim. Don't forget the WBC, they already came out and said Canelo requested Yildirim. They never ordered that fight. Canelo requested that shit. Quit bullshitting. You ain't finna come over here and do that. You get your ass in the ring and fight him then. Salute to the brother Big Tex 33 coming through and showing love. I appreciate it. What's happening? What's happening? Come on, dog. Yeah, there you go. My boy kind of loco with that motherfucking sniper. That boy kind of loco sports be playing Call of Duty, don't he? He hit that boy with that sniper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did fight the real. That was a good match. That was a good fight. You know, but damn. Canelo didn't want no smoke when Benavidez had the belt. He didn't even want no parts of that WBC belt. All of a sudden, Benavidez lose his title on the scales. Canelo put in a call to the president of the WBC. Hey, say, call my boy Yildirim. You know my boy Yildirim, he ranked like 3. Go call my boy, set that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, push him up to number 1. We can do the mandatory. Y'all know how that shit go, man. Come on now. See, boys like they like to play dumb and make that shit make sense for their own little agenda. Come on, bro. Y'all know how this shit go. You not about to make me feel guilty for supporting Jamal Charlo. You're not about to make me feel bad because you same motherfuckers is supporting Triple G and he don't want no smoke with Andre or Jamal Charlo. You ain't finna make me feel guilty about the shit because I'm gonna keep it real. Salute to my brother Armani Rivera Frazier in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, man. What's happening? What's happening? Not Zay said after Boo Boo wins tomorrow, what should be his next move? He need to keep putting pressure on Jamal Charlo. I'ma keep it real. Jamal Charlo and Andre, that's the fight that's gonna make the middleweight division be what it's gonna be. That fight gotta happen. In order for the middleweight division to flourish, that fight needs to happen. That fight gotta happen. Whatever personal beef that them boys got going on, man, bury that shit and make the fight happen. The Real Marlo TV in the building. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for coming through, man. Hey, y'all go subscribe to the Real Marlo TV, man. Great boxing channel over there. That brother knows his motherfucking shit. Look, whatever personal beef Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andre got going on, they need to settle that shit and make the fight happen. I don't care what it is. Because Maul ain't making no money fighting Montiel, and Andre ain't making no money fighting the damn Liam Williams dude. You feel me? Neither one of those guys making no money fighting the level of competition that they fighting right now. So you might as well unify those titles. I'm cool with Jamal Charlo and Andre going up to 168. I'm cool with that. That's a great move because that's really where all the action is at. You got Plant, Benavidez, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders. That's really where all the smoke at. I'm cool with that too. But they really don't have to do that. It's talent at 160, but the problem is nobody's fighting. Like I said, you got Triple G babysitting the title. He don't want to fight nobody. Like he want to just coast out. Triple G want to do what he was doing the first 90% of his career before he ran into Daniel Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez. Before Triple G fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez, bro, he wasn't fighting no damn body. He basically trying to end his career the same way it started, just by cruising through and fighting Uber drivers and shit. You know, Kroger cashiers and motherfuckers that work at AutoZone and shit. That's what Triple G is trying to do, and he want to get love and respect for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he want to do. And the fans is letting him do it. Because the fans trying to put pressure on Jamal Charlo and all these other guys. I don't hear nobody talking about Triple G. That motherfucker babysit, he's a champion at 160. Why he not fighting Jamal Charlo? Why he not fighting Demetrius Andre? They both on the zone. Salute to the brother Percy Moore in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate it, my brother. He say when EJ wins the WBA belt from Ugas and Bud fights another bum, can EJ ask for 70-30? I think so because he's fighting better fighters. Respect. You know what, bro? That sounds very logical, but I don't even really want to get into the money talk because I feel Valentine say, who is Yildirim? Right. I don't know. I didn't know who he was before the Canelo fight, and I still don't know who he is now because the fight didn't last long enough for me to get to know who the fuck he was. But As far as Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, the whole purse split shit, man, look, I don't even really want to get into that. I just want the fight to happen. I'm going to say this. After Errol get this WBA strap from Yordenis Ugas, that's the only fight I want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's the only fight I want to see. Just being honest. That's the only fight I want to see. I don't want to see nothing else. Whatever it takes to get that fight done, hey, man, make it happen. I'm not saying take 50-50 because that clearly ain't what it is, you know. But whatever y'all got to do, don't talk about it in the public. Go behind closed doors, iron out a deal, make Terrence Crawford feel comfortable with whatever the terms are, and make the fight happen. That's what I want to see, you know. And I believe that when Errol do get that strap, he's going to be more inclined to accommodate Terrence Crawford. Because I believe that Errol Spence wants to be undisputed that bad. You know what I'm saying? I think Errol Spence want to be undisputed that bad to where behind closed doors, he'll be willing to accommodate Terrence Crawford after getting that third belt. I think he going to say, look, man, look. All right, bro, you on 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Look, all right, we'll do this right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll figure some shit out and make Terrence Crawford feel comfortable with that. You know? Because Errol know that his goal this whole time, what did Errol Spence say? From the beginning, go back to when he was on the podium, when they asked him about Terrence Crawford. He said, I'm going to clean up my side of the street. I'm going to get all the straps. And then let's go beyond when he was on the podium. When he met up with Terrence Crawford in Oklahoma at the Maurice Hooker fight. He told him to his face. He told Bob Arum, he said, look, I'm going to knock off Sean Porter. I'm going to knock off Mikey Garcia. I'm going to knock anybody on PBC that got a belt. I want their title, and then we can link up. Everything Errol said that he was going to do, that's what he doing. Am I wrong? Everything Errol Spence said that he was going to do, that's what he doing. He didn't change up nothing. He said, bro, I'm going to take care of my side of the street because my goal is to be undisputed. Then I'm going to link up with you. So it seems pretty consistent with me. So like I said, I believe that once he gets this strap, this title from Yordenis Ugas, provided that he does win, I don't want to discount Ugas. I don't want to overlook him, you know, discredit him or anything like that. I respect Ugas as a fighter, and I know that he's going to bring everything that he possibly has left in the tank to get the victory over Errol Spence. So I expect resistance in that fight, but I also expect Errol Spence to put on a dominant performance. So if he's able to get the victory over Yordenis Ugas, and he has all three titles, the WBC, WBA, and the IBF, along with the ring championship title, which crowns him as that technically crowns him as undisputed at that division. But we know he needs that WBO belt to officially be undisputed. I believe once he gets all three of those trinkets, along with the ring title, Errol Spence going to try to do everything possible to make that Terrence Crawford fight happen. That's why I feel like he wasn't really tripping when Crawford said, "Oh no, I don't think the fight gonna happen." You know, that's really Crawford just at this point. He's kind of throwing a tantrum. He like, look, man, I'm tired of all the bullshit. I'm not getting my way. I don't even want to talk about the fight no more. That's kind of just Terrence Crawford acting out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Errol Spence tripping on that shit because he know once he does get this belt from Ugas, he gonna do everything he can to make that fight happen. And if he have to even concede to Crawford on the negotiation side, I think he just might do it. But it's going to have to be behind closed doors, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he might do that, though. Salute to the brother Percy Moore back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. Appreciate that, my brother. He say, I agree. Big facts. You know? And that's one thing. See, even though as fans, because, you know, I feel where y'all coming from as far as, you know, being disappointed with these guys waiting and letting the business get in the way, being so strategic and all. I get where y'all coming from because I share those same sentiments. But when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I gotta respect where Errol Spence coming from because he never wavered off of what he said initially. D Lucky said, I'm not sure if you got my second super chat. Let me go back. Let me see here. I think I did. Hold on, let me see. What did you say? What did you say, bro? In that super chat. You don't got to drop no super chat. You could just put it in the comments. I'm looking for you. But I think I did because they not letting me go back. Let me see if I can go back further than that. Let me see. I think I did get your shit, D Lucky. But post your comment just so I can make sure I got you, bro. My fault if I missed you. He say Crawford ducking Sean Porter. Said how much is the salary of Andre when he fought Jamal? Said how much is the salary of Andre when he fought Jamal? They never fought. Said, bro, I think Errol Spence know Terrence Crawford gonna hold the belt up, but I think Errol gonna give him 50-50. I don't think it's far-fetched that Errol will give him 50-50. I think he will. If it come down to it, bro, if it come down to the point to Terrence Crawford is the only thing that's keeping him from being undisputed, I think he'll give him whatever he wants. Because, I mean, they both done made a lot of money in the sport already. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me see. He said, a man, D Lucky say, salute to the brother D Lucky. Back in the super chat, he say, a man with a weak chin have the power to KO a KO artist. So, can a man with a weak chin, hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I'm reading your shit right. And it may be the Merlot. Excuse me, my brother. Let me take another sip on behalf of that. Because I might be fucking your whole shit up. Let me see. He said, bro, I don't know what you saying. You gonna have to do that again, bro. Bro, you gotta send that shit again. No, post it again, bro. Cause I really wanna read your chat, bro. You gotta post it again, bro. Please. You gotta post that shit again, bro. Please, dog. I don't like missing super chats, dog. I don't want to leave nobody out. But yeah. Hey, for real. It's the Merlot. Cause you posted that shit in like 2 different messages. And I don't know, that shit was kind of weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta repost that shit for me, dog. Hey, I know y'all see my boy Jamel Charlo July 17th. Hey, what y'all think about that Showtime release? What's y'all favorite fight? What's the favorite date and the favorite fight that y'all looking for on the Showtime release, man? Okay. Kano Loco Sports, he posted it. He said, a man can have a weak chin and still have the power to KO a KO artist, is what he said. Oh, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Because I'm trying to think of an example. It's plenty of examples out there. It's plenty of examples. You know what I'm saying? I think, would you consider J-Rock? I wouldn't consider J-Rock a KO artist. But the reason I was bringing up that fight, because Rosario, people see that he has a faulty chin. Both of his losses came through knockout. But he be knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? So what you saying is true. So you can have a weak chin, but have power and still knock other motherfuckers out. It just depends on who get to the chin first. It's like Erickson Lubin. People consider Erickson Lubin to have a weak chin. You know, people feel like Erickson Lubin got a faulty chin. But he got knockout power. And he still be knocking motherfuckers out. So that's true. That's true. And to be honest with you, I feel like those type of fights be the most entertaining fights. When you got two guys that both have power, but they can both be knocked the fuck out too. Those are some of the most entertaining fights. Said Corrales come to mind. That's fact. That's a great example. Diego Corrales. Diego Corrales was one of the most powerful guys at 130. Very extremely powerful. 130 and 135, I believe he fought at 35 and was prominent in that division as well, was extremely powerful, knocking everybody out. But you seen what Floyd did to him, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a great example. Diego Corrales, man. RIP to Diego Chico Corrales, man. One of the greatest fighters to ever put on gloves. I love watching Diego Corrales fight. But yeah, man. Jamel Charlo versus Castano. That's the fight. That's the fight that I'm looking forward to the most because it's for Undisputed. And I think it's gonna be an action-packed fight. I think stylistically, both guys, they gonna give you everything you want. We know Castano gonna come forward and he gonna throw hella punches. And he can throw Castano is an underrated offensive fighter. He's fun to watch. I love watching Castano fight. And we know what Jamel Charlo brings to the table. So my biggest thing in that fight, I'm really intrigued to see. I'm like, how does Jamel Charlo approach Castano in that fight? Does he want to outbox him? Does he want to fight him like he did Jason Rosario? Or does he want to slug it out with him? Because I think that's an option as well. Do we want to fight him in the middle of the ring in a phone booth or at mid-range and just see who land the best shots? That I could definitely see Jamel doing that. You know, but with Brian Castano being so aggressive and coming forward, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlo came out there and just boxed him off the back foot and let him walk into some shit. So that's the fight that I'm looking forward to. I also want to see that Tank card. I think the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Barrios is a great fight. But they have Erickson Lubin and Jason Rosario on that same card. That shit finna be fireworks. And I don't think either fight is going the distance. I think both of those fights end in knockout. So those for me. Oh, also, Stephen Fulton, he's gonna be fighting the winner out of Luis Nery and what's the other guy? He's fighting the winner out of Nery and I forget the other guy's name, but both of them are really good fighters. And that shit gonna be, Fulton is gonna get the winner out of that in September. So I'm looking forward to that as well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what y'all think about, even though Guillermo Rigondeaux is old as fuck, they say he 40 years old on the internet. Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa. It's gonna be a great fight. Luis Nery versus Brandon Figueroa is a hell of a fight. That's gonna be happening in the next few months. And then the winner out of that fight gets Stephen Fulton in September. That's amazing. But look, I know Guillermo Rigondeaux, they say he's 40 years old online, but I think he's closer to 50. You know what I'm saying? But he's about to fight Casemiro. I like Casemiro, man. That dude right there is entertaining. I love watching Casemiro fight. I want to see him fight Naoya Inoue. I want to see him fight the monster. I think that's a great fight. Unification. If he beat Rigondeaux, Rigo bold for that one. He is, bruh. Because I think he finna get beat the fuck up. Just being real, which I think Casemiro finna beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? He finna get the brakes beat off him. Ooh, that shit finna be ugly. He finna get the brakes beat off him. Rigo too damn old to be fighting somebody like that, man. He don't need to be fighting none of these young cats like that. But shit, he's still in the game. Go ahead and do your thing. Salute to the brother D Lucky in the super chat coming through and showing love. Appreciate you, my brother. He say, I think Tank loses, and I love Tank. Damn. Ooh, that's a bold prediction. You think Tank gonna lose? You know what? Your prediction is not far off. even though I'm inclined to go with Tank Davis just off of pure talent and experience as well, that's not an easy fight at 140. Barrios is big. He's naturally a 140 pounder. He got a lot of knockouts. He got hand speed. I think he will pose a lot of problems for Tank Davis. I think he's going to give Tank Davis a lot of issues. Yeah, I agree with you, D-Luck. I think he's going to give Tank Davis a whole lot of issues. The only reason why I'm inclined to pick Tank Davis is because I seen Tank Davis on a higher level when it comes to the skill level of his opponents. You know, being in there with Pedraza, being in there with Leo Santa Cruz. Now, neither of these guys are as big as Barrios, but I do believe that Tank Davis is going to be able to pull that fight out. I don't know how exactly, but that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight because it's at 140 and we don't know what Tank Davis is going to look like at 140. Remember, the only fight that he had at 135 versus Gamboa, his power wasn't, he stopped Gamboa, but it didn't seem like to me that his power had the same effect that it does at 30 and at 26. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's a great fight. I'm leaning towards Tank, though. It's a great fight. Salute to the brother Valentine. Back in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, my brother. He say, bruh, weird four-letter brothers hating on these regular belts, a.k.a. Tank, when the others made their whole career off the regulars. Big facts. Said cornball content create niggas support. He said support young black champions, period. Yeah, man. Let me speak on that real quick. As far as with the whole regular belt shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even looking at that fight as like an official title fight. Yeah, I'm gonna give Tank credit for going up to 140, period, and fighting an undefeated fighter like Barrios, who's strong, who's on a knockout streak, you know, who's been looking good in every fight that he's had. And he's fighting him in San Antonio, which I believe is Barrios' hometown. Like, I'm not really concerned about the belt. I'm concerned with the fact that Tank is moving up and challenging himself versus a top guy in that division. Either way you look at it, it's a great fight. So anybody that's trying to shit on that fight, that's some hating shit, because this is not an easy fight for Tank. Remember, I made a video on this. I broke this fight down in depth, and I told y'all, this is not going to be an easy fight for Tank. And I really want to see what the angle is from the money team. Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby. I want to know what's y'all angle in this. What are y'all trying to prove by putting Tank in the ring with Barrios at 140? What are y'all trying to prove? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to prove? I don't get it. I don't understand. Because it's a risk that you don't have to take. It's not like you fighting for a super championship. You're not fighting for the WBA super title. We already know that Ramirez and Taylor, they're the two champions at 140. They're gonna fight for the Undisputed at 140. So I mean, like, what's the point? I don't know what they're trying to prove with that, but I'm gonna give Tank all the credit in the world if he goes out there and he beats Barrios. Salute to the Queen, Nick J, in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love. I appreciate it. She said, my contribution to another bottle of that Merlot. Cheers to you. Thank you. I'm definitely going to put that on another bottle of a Merlot. I appreciate that. Salute to the brother Galvatron back in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, my brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I don't know what Tank and them trying to prove with this. I don't know. Because that's a tough ass fight. That's a tough ass fight, man. Valentine said Ree gonna go whoop that boy. You think so, bro? I don't know. I think Casemiro gonna put them hands on him. You seen him in his last fight? I don't know, man. I've been feeling a way about Rigo ever since that Lomachenko fight. And I ain't saying that, oh, just because he lost. It's just about how he lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't shit on guys just for taking an L, but it depends on how you do it. Like the way Rigo did that shit, like he quit, bro. He quit. And if you gonna quit when Lomachenko, putting them bees on you like that, giving you them angles and shit, Casemiro got his offense crazy. He like a mini Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? he said stop drinking, Rigo gonna get I bet you won't go online and put no bet on that. I bet you won't put no bet on that, Valentine. I bet you won't put no bet on that. Don't bet me because I don't want to take your money. But go online and give it to Vegas and see what happened. Man, say Casemiro gonna beat that boy ass, man. Hey, Alamane Cruz said, I'm scared for Rigo. Me too. Because I'm like, bro, he too old to be fighting these dudes like that. Like, he don't got no business being in the ring with these type of guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like, what he trying to prove? I'm not saying that he can't win, but I'm just like, bro, like, why you fighting this Casemiro, a killer? He ain't coming in there just to, like, D Luck can say, what if he win? If he win, it's a great win. And I'm gonna be glad. I'm gonna be the first person to get on YouTube and make a video and salute him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be happy. Like, I'm gonna salute him and just give him all the praise in the world. Like, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I hope he do win. But I don't know. That dude can fight, man. And he got the youth advantage too. You got to keep in mind, on Google, on Wikipedia and BoxRec, it say that Rigo is 40. But I think he like 47 though. You know what I'm saying? I think he like 47. I think they've been like tweaking the age online. I don't know. Said especially with the style he been fighting lately, he been more offensive minded, getting hit more. Yeah, man. I don't know, because a guy like Guillermo Rigondeaux, they rely on reflexes and stuff like defense. He rely on head movement, reflexes, and being able to move out the way. Yeah, Walter Lee said, man, Rigo, watch, it's about to be bad. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. I want him to win. I'm rooting for him. Shit. I want to see him win. But I don't know. It's gonna be a tough. Let me see. Tony Harris fight. Yeah, hey man, salute to Tony Harrison. I know he had lost his father earlier. It wasn't this year, it was last year, I believe, due to COVID. So I want to see that brother get back in the ring, let it all hang out. I read an article where he was saying that he's looking at this fight as if he's 0-0. So that's good. Just kind of come through, get a reset. Just let it all hang out, man. Go out there, have a beautiful performance. And I don't know too much about Perella. I know they've been going back and forth talking shit. Tony Harrison can talk shit with the best of them. But I'm just expecting to see Tony Harrison come in and put up a great performance and, let us know that he's still here. Let us know that he's still a force to be reckoned with at the 154-pound division, which you guys all know that I believe the super welterweight division is the most competitive division in boxing. And yes, John Grant, I would love to see Charlo versus Harrison 3. Absolutely. I think both fights were extremely entertaining. The first fight, I picked Jermell Charlo. I thought Jermell Charlo won that fight in a close fight. But of course, the judges gave it to Harrison. Jermell came out and he knocked him out in the rematch. I think a trilogy would be great. The second fight was even better than the first. So I would love to see Tony Harrison win. Like, let's say Tony Harrison get like 2 or 3 fights, maybe 2 fights after this guy. Maybe he fights the winner out of Jason Rosario and Erickson Lubin, If he can be successful, then fight Jermell Charlo in a trilogy for Undisputed. You can't beat that. That's a pay-per-view fight. If Tony Harrison if he beats Perella and he fights the winner out of Lubin and Rosario, and he wins that fight, Jermell Charlo beats Castaño for Undisputed. Charlo, Harrison, trilogy, Undisputed. Bro, that shit will be crazy. Imagine the press conference for that shit, bro. That shit'll be phenomenal, dog. That's what I would love to see. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. Let me see. He said Perella won't win. He the type of fighter that has a tendency to make opponents look bad, so if Harrison styles on him, it's a great win. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and look at some some film on Perella. Cause I don't really know too much about the guy. Harrison versus J-Rock is a great fight. I agree with that. That's a hell of a fight. I wouldn't mind seeing J-Rock and Rosario have a rematch. But I believe that whoever wins the Lubin and Rosario fight, I think they should fight either Harrison or J-Rock. Do y'all know if Jerry Hurd is he fighting at 54 or is he going up? Because if Jerry Hurd is still around, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing him mix it up with one of those guys. With maybe he get a rematch with J-Rock while Harrison fights the winner out of Lubin and Rosario. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Valentine said, I bet y'all won't eat. Hell no. Shit, hey, I wouldn't bet on that neither, bruh. Said Harrison style, the only one that give Charlo problems, honestly. Yeah, he's a very sharp counterpuncher. But then on top of that, it's not just the fact that he's a counterpuncher and he's sharp. He got the reach advantage. And he got the length. And on top of that, he can hit. Like people forget that Tony Harrison can fucking punch. Yeah, he been stopped, 3 times now? He got stopped by Willie Nelson. He can't fucking Willie Nelson. A nigga named Willie Nelson. Then he got stopped by Jarrett Hurd. In both of those fights, he was up on the card. In both of those fights, he was boxing very well and up on the cards. Then he got stopped by Jermell Charlo. And it's arguable, some people say that Tony Harrison was up on the cards versus Jermell Charlo in the second fight. So arguably, I had Jermell Charlo up, but arguably, in all 3 of his losses, he got stopped. He was up on the cards. So the brother is a very skilled boxer. He just, sometimes he get a little careless. But he can hit though. And before he started getting knocked out, his whole shit was knocking motherfuckers out. Go back and watch Tony Harrison's earlier fights. His whole MO was knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? So he can punch. He got power. But I think it's wise for him to be more balanced, not look for KOs and just focus on just allowing the knockout to come and just trying to box and play chess. To me, that's his game. I think that's where he's at his best. Say Harrison Chin is the only question mark. Yeah, Harrison is a complete fighter. Is Chin, man. That's the biggest issue. I mean, and that's a glaring issue. Salute to the brother Percy Moore coming back through the super chat. He said, check the last super chat. Hold on, let me see. Damn, what the fuck? I missed your super chat, G. Okay, I see you. My boy Percy Moore said, have you seen the video yet with ESJ and Ennis FaceTime call with Gilly the Kid, Yellow Beezy talking spicy? Yes, sir. I hit that. Oh, and he said hit the like button. Y'all hit that like button like the brother said. But yeah, I seen that, dog. And we was talking about that earlier. Like I said, man, I like the fact that Errol Spence is acknowledging the youngster, letting them know, like, bro, I see you, your time coming. You know what I'm saying? And like, but that goes back to everything that we've been saying as far as Jaron Ennis making everybody better. You know, because these guys that's in position right now at the top of the welterweight division, they taking notice. They see Jaron Ennis. And Errol Spence really the only one that done came out and acknowledged him. And I'm talking about face-to-face type shit. At least as far as what we seen. You know, I heard Sean Porter talk about him, but Sean Porter, he said he ain't even thinking about fighting Jaron Ennis. Salute to the brother Captain back in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. You know, but yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited about where the welterweight division is right now with the emergence of these young guys. I think they're gonna really put a lot of pressure on everybody else, especially Jaron Ennis, because Jaron Ennis's fan base is growing as we speak. The more he continues to put on phenomenal performances and, you know, just show all of his skills, people gonna continue to gravitate towards him, and people gonna continue to demand for Ennis to fight the top guys along with Virgil Ortiz. You know, so I'm excited, man. I am definitely excited. D Lucky said, sounds like Amir Khan. I don't know if Tony Harrison's chin is that bad, but you're right. It is on par with Amir Khan. You know, because Amir Khan, shit, he's a great boxer. He has great skills, great hand speed, but at some point, you know, Amir Khan is going to overextend himself and get caught with something. And shit, you're right. That's the same thing that's been happening with Tony Harrison. Said J-Rock versus Harrison versus Hurd 2 with Bill Banger. I agree. That's a good-ass fight. That's a good-ass fight. Do y'all think Hurd can make 154? Like, seriously, do y'all believe Hurd can make 154? Said, does Spence Crawford happen this year? I think so. And I could just be being optimistic, but I do think so. I think it does happen this year. You know, because like I said, if Spence does defeat Yordenis Ugas, he'll be a 3-belt holder along with the ring championship. It's really nothing left for him to do at 147 other than to fight Terrence Crawford. It's like literally there's nothing left to do. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that Errol Spence, Al Heyman, PBC, they gonna try to do whatever they can to make that fight happen. And then keep in mind that Terrence Crawford's contract with Top Rank will be up at the end of the year in October, I believe. But who's to say that Terrence Crawford won't re-sign with Terrence Crawford? I mean, who's to say that Terrence Crawford won't re-sign with Top Rank? So I don't know. But I do believe it's going to happen this year. Said I predicted it would happen at the end of the year last year. I'm sticking with that. Yeah, man. I definitely think it's a good chance that if Errol Spence has all the other 3 belts and Terrence Crawford he got the WBO, I think it'll happen, bro. I think it'll be happen. To be honest with you, I think Terrence Crawford really just waiting on Earl to get all the belts. You know what I'm saying? And he probably just gonna say, man, fuck it, I'll take the 60-40. That's what I think gonna happen, bro. He waiting on Earl to get all the belts, and he like, look, all we got to do is make this fight, and the winner is undisputed. You know, so we'll see. We'll see, man. I ain't gonna get my hopes up too much, but that's my projection of it. Yeah, Nick J, I think so too. And you know, I'm really hoping that we are correct because that'll be a great way to close out 2021. If you look at the fights that we got lined up right now, we still ain't even seen Fox put out they little shit. And then of course you got a whole lot of other shit that's going on. You got Undisputed in next month with Ramirez and Taylor. You got a possible undisputed match with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney if he sticks to his word and fight Devin Haney after he fight Kambosos. So, I mean, it's a lot of shit that's going to be going on this year, and there's no better way to end 2021 than Spence versus Crawford for Undisputed. It would be no better way to end the year. Mo G in the building. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for coming through. Salute to the brother DOC in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm excited. You know, I think that this year boxing has a lot of potential. A lot of big fights that could be made. A lot of big fights that have already been scheduled. And, of course, you know, there's fights that we are all expecting to be signed, sealed, and delivered. It just hasn't been announced yet. So, we'll see how it unfolds, man. But I'm about to get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of this Merlot. It's been good talking this boxing with y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that came through, that just liked the stream, just commented in the regular chat, and then everybody that supported in the super chat. Appreciate y'all. You know, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Be safe out here, man. Enjoy y'all self. You know, enjoy the fights tomorrow. We got Demetrius Andre versus Liam Williams, and then you have the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. I think Jake Paul gonna beat the shit out of Ben Askren because I seen Ben Askren train. I seen them post a training video of Ben Askren, and it looked like he was doing physical therapy, like he was just relearning how to walk and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, where they find this dude at, bro? This dude, he punching on the bag and shit. It looked like he just learned how to use his arms and shit. I'm like, man, this dude fresh up out of major surgery or something. You feel me? I'm like, bro, Jake Paul finna murder this dude. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Regis Prograis finna fight. So, man, it's going down. You dig what I'm saying? Let me, somebody else dropped another super chat. Let me get y'all before we dip up out of here. Already, man. A brother, salute to the brother D Lucky in the super chat coming through in a major way. Said one to grow on. Blessings, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love, man. Y'all have a good one. You know what I'm saying? I'll get at y'all. I'll probably do like some reaction videos or something this weekend. Y'all have a great weekend, though, man. Contender regime, boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.